welcome to the Swedish Junior Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Dahlin. Today from the Null or from Stockholm, now in the Null, Frans De Groot. Or how do you pronounce it? It sounds kind of Dutch.
It is. Yeah, my grandfather is from Holland, so you pronounce it like Frans De Groot.
De Groot. Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
You're not going to get anybody in New Hampshire to say that.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
What did they say in New Hampshire?
They say De Groot, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, why don't we? So I found you because we're doing this kind of project of Swedish guys that are playing in the NAL or USHL or BCHL or NCDC, really tier 1, tier 2. And so, of course, I've got your elite prospects up here. First year in the NAL.
Yeah.
So when we were talking offline a little bit, or when we were communicating back and forth, you were still in Sweden. Now you're there.
Yep.
So for those that are listening, 6'2", 198, not a small winger.
No.
Pretty big boy from Brinkens EF, which I've never heard.
Yeah. Never?
No.
It's a small club in Stockholm, Sweden.
Okay.
They are in Östermalm, so it's really like in the city of Stockholm.
Yes, Östermalm is where all the rich people live. Is what I hear. But when did you change over to AIK? Is that hockey season time?
So I played in Brinkham like all my life, I guess. And then I think it was U14. Our team was getting pretty small, so I decided to try out for AIK U15, I think it was, or U15, 14 maybe, I don't know. So I changed it there for like U15.
So I've got the roster up here for that time. A few guys that I recognize, Gustav Boom, who we just recorded a podcast. He's at where is he now? He's playing college hockey.
He's 1 year older than me, I think. Yeah, so he's 01 or 02, I think. Yep. So he played in the U18 team when I was in U16 team, I think.
Yeah.
So I know he is though, but I never played with him. Maybe like 2 games or so. But
and then Philip Broberg, not a big deal.
No. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I play with his brother though, Marcus Broberg.
So we just had Marcus on, so that was fun. He's in the BCHL now.
Okay.
With so that was fun. And then there was a few others in here too. Vincent Reimer, who I think he was in Leksand a little bit, but he's in Mariestad now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he is pouring it in. He actually grew up in Leksand, so I'm from Leksand, so we had to talk about Leksand, of course.
Yeah.
A little bit. But then you played so did you change then for Hockey Gymnasium in Huddinge?
Yes, so I played U16 in AIK, and then I played some games with the U18 team as well in AIK. And then I went to Huddinge U18 for Gymnasium.
Yeah, what's it like there in I know that the competition for NIU hockey gymnasiums, first of all, which teams are NIU programs in Stockholm? I know AIK, Djurgården,
AIK, yeah, and then we have Huddinge as well.
Okay. So Huddinge has always been kind of a producer of talent, is like a hockey factory forever.
Yeah.
Sucking up all the small teams from everywhere and then pushing them up, not necessarily in their own elite organization, but really then feeding them on to some of the other elite organizations around.
Yeah.
But you got to then stay at home, or did you stay?
Yeah, I stayed at home. Yeah. I took the train like 45 minutes every day to school and then practice afterwards, but it was fine. It was all right.
So how did you end up? Let's fast forward really quick here to North American Hockey League, because you played, all three. So you played. Did you skip your last year of juniors? Yeah.
So I played E18, and then I played 2 years of E18, and then I moved up to U20.
Yep.
I played there 1 year, and then I actually signed a contract with the Huddinge Division One team
Okay.
before my last year of U20. So I started playing with the Division One team in the summer training and everything. Played maybe around 15 games with like preseason and everything.
Yep.
But it was a hard competition, so I went down to play with U20 again. Played there, got a loan out for a couple of games to the Division Two.
Yep.
Uh, but I
Awesome.
was sick. I was sick though, all these games. I was not feeling bad, so I didn't play my best game.
Well,
Uh,
so let's talk about the big elephant here. 35 games, your first year J20 in Huddinge, 35 games, 37 points, not a big deal. 53 PIMs, not a big deal.
yeah.
Plus 23. Second year J20, 33 games, 44 points, 35 plus 35. So you must have been, did you lead your team in points?
Yeah, I think so. But we have two other guys that was pretty good with the points as well. Um,
Actually,
Johan
several.
Franzen
Yeah.
and Jacob
Yeah.
Samuelsson. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, but let's talk about that for a second. The difference between Hockeyettan, like you're saying, and J20. So there is that J20 region there?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about. I mean, so you have J20 region, J20 national, J20 nationals for the only the teams pretty much that have SHL teams there.
Yeah.
But Hockeyettan, not a bad level of hockey, right?
No, it's not. It's a good level of hockey. There's some good players in the league. A lot of the young guys that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a lot tougher league, I think, if you compare it to G20 overall.
Yep.
Uh, it's a
Faster.
lot, yeah, it's a lot faster. It's a lot more like you have a system to follow, I guess. A lot of U20 teams, they're just like you just play and go.
Yeah.
But not in Division One. It's a lot of structure and a lot of good plays. So
So did you practice with the A team or the adult team and the J20, or did you just practice with the A team?
I practiced with the A team and the U20 team,
Yeah.
depending on which day it was. So
Yeah.
sometimes I was practicing with the A team before a G20 game as well.
Yeah.
So can I have like a practice 5 o'clock to 7:30, and then I have game eight after the practice. So it was pretty tough, I guess, but it was
Yeah.
fun though.
Good, good, good. So when did you start thinking about going over to here to the US?
So I signed actually a 2 year contract with the Division One team in Huddinge. Uh, During the season, I was talking to go into the G20 Super League as well,
Yeah.
but I had a contract, so I couldn't leave. So I have a lot of speaking with my GM and everything. And then we started a new season with the A team. And I actually trained with the A team this summer as well. So I trained about 3 weeks, I think. And then I started to a lot of my friends have been to USA and they loved it. So I was pretty like looking it up, elite prospects, YouTube videos and everything. Just look it up because I don't know. I wanted to try something new, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, so I saw this team, the new team, New Hampshire Mountain Kings. I actually had offers from other teams as well, but I thought that a new team and all should be fun to be a part of. So
So did you get drafted or tendered, or did you come as a free?
tendered,
Okay.
yeah, I got
Walk
tendered.
walk through the process of so when you knew of people, did you have an advisor, or how did you get over here, or how did you get looked at? Did you go through Future Stars, or there's some common paths over here.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So I had my coach in U20. He knows some guys in the know, uh, but nothing really like I didn't get any offers from there. So I actually did it all by myself. I emailed a lot of clubs, a lot of teams in all, and a lot of all teams responded and were like, "Yeah, come to our main camp, and we want to see you. You might get drafted or whatever." And then I tried to email the New Hampshire team, and I got a call from the coach, and we just talked. I sent him some videos before, of course, and then he invited me over to the main camp, and he said that either you get drafted or tendered. And then he told me he just wanted that we're gonna tender you for the upcoming season.
Okay. Did you know anything about that process ahead of
Not
time?
really, no,
Which is
no,
the reason you should have listened. I mean, we probably didn't we our reach wasn't as broad.
yeah,
Now in year two, a lot more people listen to this, and that's part of what we want to educate people on of is, and we really mainly talked about the Swedish junior hockey, but now
yeah,
the reason why we're talking about the US systems over here with a lot of you guys, so the next guys know what to expect. And you
yeah,
mentioned kind of Malte Hassigren, who did a great job talking about his experience coming to main camp and that kind of
yeah.
stuff. So did you come then but you must have skipped main camp and went straight to the training camp this year.
No, I was. I've been here now for almost 4 months. So basically, I was here during the main camp. So I went 1 week before to North Carolina because I have family there. So I was there for 1 week, and then I went to the main camp, did the main camp, and then me and my coach had talked. So I went to Maine, Lewiston, their Maine Nordiques
Yep.
are training. I went there to a family, and then I trained with my coach like every day. Just trained maybe 4 days a week, I think, until the training camp, and
Did
then
you
I went
see
to training
Kim
camp.
Hilmerson there?
And not really, no. I was living with his old Billy family though
Okay.
in New Hampshire during the main camp though.
And where
Uh,
in North Carolina were you here? Because I'm in
in
Winston-Salem.
I was in Raleigh. I was
Okay.
in Raleigh.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I basically been here now for a while. It's been fun though.
Good, good, good. So, and then, so did you have to make the team in main camp? Did they explain that too, or how was that for you? Froze up there. Oh, you back?
Oh yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Yeah. So I had to make the team. Yeah. So we had 3 games, I think, and then an All-Star game. And then a day after they pronounced the team that was going to training camp. So then I went back to Maine again. Was there for like 40 days maybe. And just train and practice it, and then I went back for the training camp.
So what was the connection in Maine?
My coach. So my coach knew a family. I think they were coaches together at some
Okay.
point. So I was there, a great family, have 4 kids that played hockey as well. So it was really fun.
Okay.
Uh,
And then did you go home to Sweden for a little bit and then come back before the season?
no, so I stayed in the US all the time.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
never came back. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So you've been here for a while now. So, all right,
Yeah.
walk us through. So, new team, New Hampshire is a new team in the NOL this year. It was
Yeah.
New Hampshire, and who was the other? There's two.
Colorado Grit, no, 3 teams, Colorado Grit and Rochester Junior Americans as well.
Okay. So, which is a great opportunity, but I'm sure that they're going to have their kinks but which division of NOL does New Hampshire play in?
East.
East. So,
Yeah.
and let's pull that up for a second because we talked some before with the South Division, and
Yeah.
I don't think I can pull it up here right now. But anyway, you don't have to travel that far. What's the furthest trip do you think that you're gonna?
I think it's Maryland or Johnstown. I think it is.
Okay,
Uh, we're actually going to Johnstown tomorrow
okay,
with the bus. So we're leaving 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And they say it's gonna be like around 11 to 12 hours with stops and everything. So
okay.
it's one of the longest trips.
And I see you're also playing New Jersey Titans, Philadelphia Rebels. I'm not familiar with
Yeah.
Philadelphia's team. Lucas Carlson is in New Jersey. I know that. Of course, Kim Hilmerson's in Maine. There's some guys with Northeast Generals they have a couple of Swedes in there too, but there's Swedes on every team now,
Yeah.
pretty much, but not
Yeah.
on your team.
No, I'm the only Swede. I was the only Swede through main camp and training camp as well.
Yeah, I do know. One of the guys from down here in North Carolina, your goalie, which is Aiden Wright, is
Okay.
is from here, who grew up playing in the Junior Hurricanes organization. And then he's been in up kind of Detroit area. Very, very good goalie.
Yeah.
Probably the
Yeah.
best goalie I've ever seen playing the puck, honestly.
Yeah.
Very skilled when it comes to playing the puck, so on. All right, so what's it like then? How do you compare the North American Hockey League? You're now we'll talk about Blaine next, but you're a few games in.
Yeah.
And how does that compare to J20 in Huddinge or Hockeyettan?
Yeah.
A little bit different game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot tougher here. It's a lot tougher. It's a smaller ice. You don't have as much time you have in U20 in Sweden. It's always one guy on you every time you have the puck. You get hit every time you dump the puck. It's a lot different. It's a lot harder to score goals here.
Yeah. What about the skill? What about the skill game? How's the skill game differ?
I think that we have a lot of skills in Sweden. I think it's a lot of skilled guys. I think they have a lot of skilled guys as well here, but they have a lot of they're both skilled and big.
Yeah.
So they have like a hybrid, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think that the skill level is still a little bit higher in Sweden though.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder to play here.
Yeah. How quickly did you realize that wow, I have to change my game?
I think it was during the main camp actually. The first game was pretty hard. It was tough. It was tough, but I think at the training camp we had the real games, the scrimmage games. We played 2 games against the Gens and 1 game against the Nordiques.
Yeah.
I think that was the point. I think I need to change something to be good in this league.
Yeah. What are some of the things that, give me some examples of things that in Sweden you can do, but here you absolutely can't?
I would say more.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll ask about a specific situation.
I would say in the offense zone, you have a lot of time in Sweden. You can build up your play pretty easy, I would say. You have a lot more time. You just go around the net, find passes, whatever. But here you don't have that time. You have to try to put the puck in the net. It's a lot. You don't have any time to do like a nasty play or whatever. You really have to just put the puck in the net and just go.
Yeah. So one situation that I kind of reacted to that I just don't see over here, but that I see in J20 in Sweden is the forward actually powering around the D and then cutting in, right? And I don't know if that's just because of the different physicality of defensemen that just gap up so hard here and won't let you around, or if it's a combination with the size of the rink. But I've never really see anybody here just powering and motoring around a defenseman, right?
Yeah.
But you see it quite frequently in Sweden, almost where they're able to cut around, protect the puck, and cut in, and then be able to get a shot off.
Yeah.
Is that?
I don't know. It could be about that you hit a lot more here, I guess. That players are afraid to cut the middle, I guess. I don't really know actually. That you have a lot smaller ice, so you don't have the room to do it all the time as you have in Sweden or in Europe. But I don't know. That's a good question though.
Yeah. So I mean, if you were in that situation and you were trying to power around, what the defenseman is going to drive you into the boards, or knock you over, or just take you out, and then neutralize you from that perspective. So all right, so let's talk about Blaine for a second. Everybody went to Blaine, right? First what was your first impression going to Blaine, Minnesota?
It was awesome. Uh, it was a cool thing, you know. Every team is there. A lot of people are watching the games. You have 4 games in a row. That's tough though. But it was a fun experience. It was really fun.
Yeah. How did you guys, as a new team being over there, did you only play, or did you play teams from the other divisions, or did you only play?
Yeah, so we played 2 South teams, I think, and then 2 Middle East teams.
Uh-huh.
So we played against Odessa, Corpus, Bobcats, and then Anchorage.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
And 8 rinks over there. Of course, they had some
yeah,
of the U18s, the NAPHL was there to
yeah.
play, but lots and lots of games as well. So
Yeah.
what's your goal there? I mean, lots and lots of college scouts. Now, because you played in Hockeyettan, does that mean that you burned your eligibility, or do you have the opportunity to go and play collegiate?
I think I still had the ability to play college. Because I heard that they've changed the rules now in college as well, that you can earn money playing college. If you, I think it is if you play like real pro hockey, when you earn like a lot of money, it might be harder to get in college, but I'm not sure really.
Yeah.
No.
What's your goals about being over here? Because you are, let's see, you are 03. So
Yeah, this is my
this
last year here.
this is your last year of juniors. So
Yeah.
what do you besides making your mark here on on the season, uh,
Yeah.
everybody, is that what everybody talks about in the locker room is, I want to get a D1 scholarship?
Kinda, yeah. Everybody's talking about college all the time. Uh, we have some guys that already are committed to some colleges,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of colleges in the games, like D3. A lot of D3 colleges just talking with you after a game all the
Yeah.
time, every game. Uh, so yeah, all the Americans want to go college.
What about Frans De Groot?
It depends really for me. I just want to play here right now and just have fun and just be better hockey player, I guess. And if I get an opportunity to play D1 or a good D3 school, I might take it.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure yet. So
How are you
let's see.
are you prepared academically?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
You
I
know,
went. So yeah,
yeah, Solna Gymnasium, not necessarily the easiest of schools.
I went to Huddinge Gymnasium.
Okay, tell me the difference. Is because I heard Solna is really hard.
Okay, yeah. So Huddinge is it's a all right school, I guess.
Yeah,
It's not really like a study school. It's all right.
yeah.
It's a good school.
But you had what did you study?
Social science, I think it's called.
Okay, so not Barn and Fritid or Snake,
No,
not big.
no, not big. No,
Yeah,
no.
big, which means carpentry or construction. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that. But
no.
I think that the challenge of some of these guys, that they wish that, man, they chose the wrong. They realize that, okay, I did 3 years, got a degree in construction, but now I want to go play hockey, and it's going to make the road a little bit tougher.
Yeah,
It also affects you in recruiting versus, okay, you went social science, decent grades, good hockey player. There's nothing that kind of disqualifies you in that area,
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
So what's it like now? You guys play twice a week?
yeah. I think we play 3 times next week. I think, but usually twice a week. Yeah.
For those who don't know, walk us through kind of a week of your schedule, since you're not in school, but what's a week like for you? You got 2 or 3 times a week you're playing games.
Yeah. So we usually play Friday or Saturday or Saturday, Sunday. We have practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If we don't have a game Friday,
Yeah.
we have practice 10:30 every day. We gotta be at the rink at 9 o'clock. So we start out with some warm ups, just chilling in the locker room, just talking with the boys.
Yeah.
Have warm up. Then have ice practice for like 1.5 hours. And then we have gym after.
Okay. So all of that is so when you're done in the afternoon, what time are you done in the afternoon?
It depends if we have video or not. So around like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
Okay. So
Yeah. So
does some of the guys on your team also study?
some of the guys do, I think. Some of the guys are doing college courses. I think we have one guy that's still in high school.
Yep.
So some of the study, yeah.
Yeah. But I think so it's pretty intense while you're there.
Yeah.
But you're not practicing like so when you were in Huddinge, did you ever have practice in the morning and then practice in the evening?
Only with the school when I went to
Yeah.
the gymnasium.
Yeah.
We had practice 2 times a week in the morning as well.
How do you
Uh,
how do you compare the practice load or like how intense are they, in terms of if you compare what you're used to in Sweden? Of course, you doubled up with the A team, but you know,
I think it's a lot harder here. I think it depending on which team you play for as well. I think it's you practice. You never like do a fun practice. You practice every day hard, and it's it's never fun to to run 4 laps around the ice rink. But I think it's depending on which team you play for. It's I think that here is a lot harder in practice.
yeah.
I think the coach wants you to do 100% every practice.
Yeah, you can't take any day offs and then you're
No,
on the sidelines.
no, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that. All right, we're gonna round it out here. Two things. We have of course, the question. Of course, you're not that far away from it, but let's see. How old are you now? You're 19, right?
Yeah.
So let's look back 2 years. What advice would you give yourself 2 years younger? You're more
2 years.
experienced, but if you met yourself 2 years younger, what advice would you give yourself that you wish you would have had back then that you know now?
I will say that always have fun, a
Okay.
classic. Because I think a lot of times you're angry about a game or whatever, but you play hockey for it's like it's a fun sport for you. You love hockey, so you play hockey for the fun. Uh, I think I would say to myself as well that my roommate just came in the room.
Yeah.
No, I would say that doesn't matter what coaches or person are saying outside of hockey. You still you. You just
Right.
try to do your best every game, and don't listen to everybody around you. You still your game and do your best.
Yeah. Just always listen to your roommates. Going to be your best advice there, right? All right. Last thing. So we do have a partnership with Target Aid. It's another actually Stockholm company out in Värmdö,
Okay.
but that we have a profile on their site, and the initiative is called Klubben I mitt hjärta. So the
Oh,
team or the organization in my heart. There was actually
okay.
a story behind this where a guy from Örgryte who was doing kind of this fundraising
Yeah.
uh, kind of promo for Örgryte, and they said, and so we're kind of piggybacking on that. But Frans De Groot, which is the team in your heart?
Brinken EF.
All right, I
Always
love it.
Brinken.
I love it. I love it. I
It's
think that
always gonna be Brinken.
yeah, I think that that's so indicative. We're asking each one of our guests to do that, and um, it says so much about what a youth organization really means in the life of an athlete and how
Yeah.
strong those bonds are.
Yeah.
And we're going to do our part to kind of highlight them, give them some publicity. Hopefully we can help them raise some money for their youth organization by highlighting you. It may be 5 years from now when you're playing in the show, whether that is in Sweden or in the US or wherever, and we can say, yeah, Klubben I mitt hjärta, Brinken. Thanks for coming on. It's been fun, and we'll keep an eye on you. I've got you bookmarked here in my elite prospects, so we'll keep an eye on you
Okay.
the rest of the season.
Yeah, it
And
was nice to talk to you.
yeah, and if you're when you're back in North Carolina, give me a shout. I'm an hour and a half from Raleigh here, so
Okay.
all right. Take care.
Perfect. Take care. See ya.